my bike fork stops. Most shops wanted a fortune, so I made my own with a couple of 5/16 bolts, cut off the heads, Loctited them in place, shrunk some electrical shrink tubing on them, cheap and effective. You're gonna, I hate to say this, I don't know who did this with this. Let's see who wrote this. This is David. David, you're gonna have problems with that sooner or later. And you can see how it's banging into that frame right there. That's going to go at an inopportune moment. And I know it seems like you can do that with those bolts, but you really can't. You got to have that buildup of one of those big nylon spools that goes over there to absorb some of that shock, or you're gonna either break through the frame, or you're going to snap that bolt off. And the only reason I'm telling you this is I've seen guys do this before. They try to get away with this.
Doesn't cut it.
With this cheap fix, and it looks good, and you're thinking, yeah, this will do it, but it won't. Yeah, and trust me on this. Just yank that shit off there and go out and spend the $12 or whatever it is. This is one area where, believe it or not, you don't want to scrimp, because that's going to break at the worst time, man. You're going to be on some run with 300 guys. You're going to be like pulling to someplace, and your front end's going to flop over to the left, and you're going to take a digger, and that little bolt will have snapped in two, or will have ruptured your frame or worse. So get that out of there. Sorry, that one ain't going to do it.
And your fun for the day will be over. Believe me.
Yeah, it'll be end. Let's go to the next one. And this is the last of it here. This is an Ultima 6-speed with the black powder case. This is exactly what I'm putting in the gasser. This is the Ultima 6-speed, but with the polished case and the chrome on it. That's good. I think the jury is really out on this transmission. We've seen a lot of them hit the market at a really good price. We've seen a ton of them go out at $450, $500. I paid almost nothing for mine, but I tell you, I've had it apart, and I've looked in it, and it does not look like shit. It looks good. It looks relatively solid. I've seen some discount frames lately that I wouldn't build a wheelchair on, man. I mean, they're not stable. I mean, I've seen stuff where they're bending sheet metal over to make it into motor mounts and stuff.
Oh, yeah, and some of the stuff, you don't want to get into it. It's terrible.
Yeah, the welds are no good, and they've used... I literally saw this trash. I saw this one where that other plate that they put the transmission on that sort of keeps it from kicking left and right was literally made out of a bent piece of like sheet metal. It was unbelievably... It was unbelievably... And it was from I don't remember what company it was, but it was one of those chopper frames, $400. Man,
yeah, made in downtown
Taiwan. Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, let's. Yep. Oh. Yep. Are you still there?
I'm here.
All right, I was just messing with you. I thought you were just messing with me. I don't know. There's a lot of things There's a lot of things I have not mentioned. I tried to get the important stuff in there without getting too long-winded. Warren, both Al and myself would like to thank you and the Trash Man. Hey, listen to this, man. Warren, both Big Al and myself would like to thank you and the Trash Man for taking interest in our projects. We're just a couple of regular guys doing what we all love to do. Our hats off to the both of you, and we wish you and your families great success and happiness in the future. Keep up the great work, and Trash, please keep the technical articles coming in. It all helps. Ride safe. Keep your knees in the breeze. That's Daver from Vancouver, BC, Canada. Both Big Al
all right, guys.
That's great, Daver. Thank you. Both Big Al and myself would also like to thank Gus and Graham at Gus's shop. He's got a couple more thank you here. Spike at Haney Hogs, and all the staff at Ivers Custom Cycles for all their help and expertise. Trash, I got to tell you, man, this is a really nice letter coming from these guys, man. That really
is
cool.
A nice thing. It is nice to hear that kind of stuff, isn't it?
It really is. It makes it sort of. I mean, sometimes you wonder because the technical crew that we have out here running this show, they're all falling asleep and playing with their lips and stuff, and they're all bored, and they're just because we're talking about stuff that you and I dig, and they're like grinding up the fuck you finger out there. They're having a good time,
Yeah.
And I got to say, if you weren't into bikes, man, it'd be some boring crap, But it's really cool to know that there are guys like Dave and guys like Big Al in Vancouver checking us out. Thanks a lot, guys, for checking us out. It really helps us keep going, doing this kind of show when you give us this kind of kudos. Thanks a lot. Appreciate it.
What's going on in the chat room, Warren?
Oh, there's Warren says, I heard good stuff about Amsoil. And Get Car says, with the cigars I smoke, I can really stand and look at it for hours.
Perfect.
All right, man, after my own heart and lung cancer. What are we doing time-wise? Holy smokes. It can't be that time. Oh my God, we've got like 7 minutes left of the show. I tell you what, I'm going to do, Trash. I'm gonna skip right to the chase here and tell you about something that happened that's way cool. We'll get the rest of these clips in here. Are you ready for this? You ready for this?
I'm ready for something cool.
Let me tell you what happened to me, man. I was looking through the one of these magazines, and I saw an ad for Peacemaker mufflers. Okay,
yeah,
and they're run by National Cycle. And they sell them, and I started looking at this. I started looking at this ad, and the more I thought about this muffler, the more sense it made that this would have to be the muffler for the gasser, because we all know the gasser is going to have volume problems. I mean, we're talking 127 cubic inches with 2 carburetors. It's going to have issues, right? So, I started thinking about it, and so what did I do? I got on the old computer, I typed the email off to the folks at Peacemakers. National Cycle is the name of the company, right. And I said to them, I want to put one of these on my bike. What do you think? And they said, we think it's a damn good idea. We'd love to be a part of the project. There was some of the nicest folks I've ever dealt with on the phone. And I got to tell you, they sent me some cool stuff about this muffler set. So we are going to be putting a set of these Peacemakers on the gasser. And we're going to be putting Samson headers, it looks like, on the front. And or maybe not. I don't know quite where the headers are going to be coming from. But we are going to be putting these Peacemaker mufflers on there. And I want to tell you folks about them and some of the things that really make them different. Let's cut directly to the pictures of some of these bikes. Take a look at this stuff. Yeah, give us up full screen on this bike, and we'll start chatting about it here. We'll start talking. This is one of their Peacemaker mufflers on a Road King. And, it looks like a plain muffler. You just, it's kind of got a nice bevel in there right there where it goes in. It's got a nice slash cut on the back. I mean, it's a good looking muffler. Is. But the thing about this is that these mufflers, for those of you who don't know, let's go to the next picture. Go ahead. There it is on a dresser. I mean, that looks sweet. I mean, that is just sharp-looking stuff.
Oh, sure. That's real nice.
I mean, it's a real nice piece. But what most people don't know about these mufflers, and let's keep going. Next picture. There it is on a, which one is that? That's a FLSTN is what that is. That these mufflers have a secret. They have a dual identity, as it were. The way these mufflers work is they have a switch in them that's activated by a switch on your handlebars. And you can run these mufflers 2 different ways. You can run them closed down when you need it closed down, or wide open when you want to have some fun on the highway. Now, we all know that it's good to be considerate of your neighbors and not start up your bike at 2 o'clock in the morning and rev it out and bum everybody out and do all that stuff. That's how bikers are getting a bad name. That's caused a lot of shit in Denver with the city council and all that because of because of noise.
Screw the Denver City Council.
I hear it. Screw those guys, man. But the deal really is the public was complaining about what the noise bikers were making, and they were making the noise. So here's the deal. You get yourself a set of these, you pop through Denver, man, you're at 82 dBs. 82 dBs, and then you hit a button, and it winds them wide open, man, and you're at about 90 or 100 or a lot of dBs. I have all the things here. It gets really loud. Anyway, let's go on to the next picture. Here's some of the cuts that are available for these. Now don't get me wrong. These are big-ass mufflers, man. This is a 4-inch muffler. This is as big as it gets, and these are the tips that they have for it. We got to decide what we're going to put on the gasser. I'm thinking the snub nose looks pretty like the gasser. Either that or the turn down.
I'm thinking a slash cut.
You thinking a slash cut?
You know me and baloney cuts.
Yeah, you like those. You like baloney cuts. We're getting a whole bunch of. Maybe we'll let everybody do a vote on this. Let's go to the next picture here.
We'll have a vote on it. Yeah. Should it stay or should it go?
Here's the trick with these mufflers and what makes them different. Okay, when you got them closed. And that's the top picture, okay? The noise and the exhaust gases are coming in on the outside, this outer layer of it's enclosed, of course, but it's being buffered and it's being baffled by all this little outer layer stuff. And when it comes out, it's real quiet. And on the bottom layer, what happens is it goes straight through like a drag pipe.
Going right straight through. I love it. I just love it. That's
You've got to love this. This really solves a lot of problems that motorcyclists are having in Denver. Now, I don't know if these guys, did you get the audio queued up? They're shaking their head. We'll get that next show. We'll play the audio. We'll play the audio clips later. We got them. But let me show you something else here. Are they going to go to it? They're going to give it a try? They're going to give it a shot. Let's see if